Welcome, everybody, to a Division 4 Group A matchup here in Week 3. Calamity, how are you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. This should be an interesting episode because we are doing one of our own videos, mine to be precise, my matchup against Patriots FTW. The first time we're doing either one of ours. So it should be very interesting to watch my own game and see what you think of it.
Let me explain to you everything you did wrong.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be a little bit of a schooling. But going into this matchup, though, just from the stats alone, I'm quite the underdog. Patriots FTW in second place. Drew in his first week with a very good score, but then managed to a win in Brazil in week 2. I'm only 49 average kilometers off on average. Very nice. Still yet to pick up an ace. So I do have him in that regard. We were even.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Yeah, we're even in one stat at least. But his best game slightly over mine, 24,269. Yeah, so I'm pretty much the underdog going into this, right, Calamity?
Yeah, you are.
Yep, not much to say there. But yeah, my kilometers off kind of got a little bit ruined in Brazil. So we'll see if I can do a little bit better here.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of people.
Yeah. Because I guess North Macedonia is pretty small, even if you're kind of far away. Your kilometers off are still pretty small, but we're getting to bigger and bigger maps, so definitely a chance to be further and further away. Well, just a quick look at the map before we jump into the matchup. It is a rural world by Topodic, has an average score of about 10,871 with over 20,000 locations. It's designed in particular for non-moving games, so there are very interesting locations, including some broken or separated coverage and trekker locations, so backpackers, bikes, and the like. Should make it an interesting play. So without much further ado, let us jump in to this matchup. So right off the bat, a very nice wooded area for us.
Post boxes that look like they're definitely gonna have to be American.
Yeah, American post boxes, not offices, as well as the newspaper boxes underneath. And some North American, maybe not North American trash cans, but what I think about is North American trash cans. But, and I see a very nice sign that says Montana.
That helps. So
at least I'll be in the right state to start. See how much I zoom in beyond that.
Patriots
actually, because we're recording this video quite a ways after the match was played, so I don't remember all the details off the top of my head.
Yeah, Patriots found a nice sunny day.
He has, and this is what I can say right off the bat. That little brown newspaper says Ms. something, and I thought, oh, Missoula. And I kind of forgot about that towards the end of the round. I guessed a little bit further away from Missoula than I should have. But a National Forest access sign, very good. Ravine Trail. So I believe this is what distracts me. I spend a lot of time looking for that park, but...
I mean, those national forests are still all around Missoula.
But, I mean, I don't think I did poorly, just further away than I would have liked.
Yeah, so. It's very important to not just forget information you found early on.
Indeed. Patriots, though, has found himself on a main road. I'm still working my way through some of those side streets, looking at signs way too long. As he goes cruising down a nice fall evening.
Yeah, I don't think he's found anything of particular interest yet. But he will soon enough.
We'll see if he does. He should. Eventually you find something.
Yeah, he's getting to a more populated area.
Seen a trail access road name as well. I do get stuck in this district. I don't make my way out of it, I think. And that's probably where he got me. As he finds a very nice interstate highway and US highway sign, 90 and 93 respectively, as well as some city names. I do tend to be a little bit of a sign reader than more than I should, I guess.
Yeah, looks like it, certainly.
Yeah, with about a minute and a half to go, 3 minutes spent in the round. I have not really traveled too far.
Patriots has found most of what he needs.
He has.
It's just the last bit that he still needs to determine where he came from.
A little bit of working backwards. So again, I'm spending time just looking at the map, moving a little bit.
And then looking at the map again. I can predict the future.
But Patriots, on the other hand, is trying to work out this intersection.
He doesn't seem that confident in it.
He knows where we are. He found that intersection, but he doesn't, with 30 seconds left, doesn't seem to know exactly where maybe the starting position will be.
His zooming in and out seems really smooth. I don't know why.
It is really smooth. Maybe his internet must be very nice. You can see mine loading quite a bit as I move. But his is almost flawless. So I moved us further south again with 1 second left. I click, and I shouldn't have clicked because I was closer. Very nice. We'll both finish the round at the same time. For Patriots, 4,991 in that first round, 4,505 for me. So already quite a big deficit of over 480 something points. I'll stop there.
486.
86 points. Yeah. So yeah, just maybe a little bit too much time digging in the bushes and not being sure of myself with that Missoula information. I looked around it for that national forest. I didn't see it, so I thought maybe we're in a broader circulation range, but that didn't prove to be the case.
Yeah, so one of the most important things in Geoguessr is to know what to look for and what not to look for. And that ravine trail or whatever it was is something you probably should not have looked for.
Yeah, I mean, it's an area I have lived in and been around, so I figured, well, maybe it's a name I recognize and it should be somewhere around a city, and if I zoom in, I could find it. But I wasted about a minute or so with that when I actually couldn't. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate there. Gave him a nice lead going into round number 2.
I mean, if it's an area you've lived in before and you still maybe don't quite recognize it, then that should be even more information as to not look for it.
True.
It has to be small.
If you don't recognize it right off the start, you're probably not going to see it. So, and we'll get into round number 2 here. Very flat, empty for this round.
Different directions. Well,
I turn around.
So much for that.
Just to prove you wrong, Calamity. I turn around.
Yeah,
and I do recognize that kilometer marker is Russia.
Yep, that's correct.
So saves me a bit of worry there. But if I know it, Patriots shouldn't be too far behind.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to tell you're in Russia on such desolate roads.
Yeah, those white poles with little blue signs are the kilometer markers on usually the major roads, and as Patriots sees it as well as some Cyrillic. Should be a clue. And that's an oblast marker, right? That I'm looking at.
Yep. That's pretty much all the information you need. and you swiftly ignore it.
Well, I'm trying. Oh, that is even a better sign. This is where I got almost all my information from. Was this sign? There's A306 on that sign, and that's the road that I used to narrow myself, home myself in on that location. But are the oblast borders easy to spot in
Well,
Russia?
they're not as easy to spot anymore since the map change in Google Maps, but they're
Oh,
still
okay.
easy enough, and also they're almost always named after the biggest city in it. In this case,
Mm.
Samara. So those are easy to spot.
Yeah, so here I am just looking for that road that I've seen. Patriot's still clicking diligently away for some information.
He's
I think
turned
he's seen a
around as well.
yeah, I think he's seen a city name, but not much else.
Yeah, I've seen that city. That's 2 kilometers away, which is not something you want to look for in Russia. But he's also in
Agreed.
a similar area as you. Put your marker down near Orenburg and Samara.
Yeah, this kind of flat, empty is kind of not. It's going to be kind of that mid Russia area. It's not Siberia,
Mm,
so
it's not Moscow.
yeah, not Moscow. He does look a little bit south where it could also be, but his marker's still in a very decent location.
I actually didn't quite pay attention to whether Patriots did find the border because he walked south quite far, and the actual location isn't far from the border. Uh,
Yeah, I don't think he did. I shouldn't be watching my own game. I played it. I should be paying more attention to what he did differently.
you're only looking at the map anyway.
Yeah, I do like to look at the map. I think that's a big difference. If you want to move from maybe like a decent GeoGuessr player to a really good GeoGuessr player, is it's not a map searching game. It's a street looking game. And if you look more at the streets and see more, you actually don't need the map as much.
Mm,
Which commentating on these videos and whatnot, watching these better players more, is something I've really noticed. Is they spend, even in only 3 minutes, they spend maybe 10, 15 seconds.
yeah, you kind of want to already know before looking at the map where you're gonna look. The more time you can spend walking around and searching for better information, the better.
Yeah, so I think here I'm just trying to pinpoint where on the road I am. I think I have found it, with 20 seconds left, but Patriots not sure, still scanning quite a bit. Maybe I don't think he did see that border. He's
No,
looking too far north for that.
I also feel like just from what I did watch of his view, he seemed to like go up and down the same place quite a bit. Like, I
Hmm.
don't think he's moved very far at all.
Yeah, well, I will beat him on this round. I got 4,663. I was on the right road, but way too far north. But he was quite a ways off, just in the general location, though. Not bad, 4,414. So, yeah, maybe he gave up a little bit too quickly on that south direction, Calamity.
Yeah, I think he did move quite a lot compared to you, but it always seemed like he was still in the same place kind of. He didn't
Mm.
stick with one direction, which is usually what you'd want to do on such a desolate road where you're probably not going to find too much information anyway.
Yeah, traveling in one direction and just going as far as you can, probably the better option. I did see a few good signs, which kind of stuck me, and I didn't travel as far, but unfortunately or fortunately, it didn't cost me too much in this round. Kind of maybe, uh, letting some bad habits sit in, but
Mm. Yeah,
anyway, into round number 3.
not recognizing the oblast was probably the bigger mistake you made. But other than that, I
Yeah,
think you did pretty well.
and another open road location with a very recognizable county road sign.
More US.
More US. Yep. And oddly enough, another place I have lived. Well, not in this exact location, but within a few hours drive, and I have been in this area. So, and as you can see, I jump right to it, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if Patriots, a fellow American, can pick up on that. He makes his way into the city very quickly. If you look at that light, he'll see that road number when it isn't blurred out. But
it's an American flag. He knows.
Oh, yeah. Good thing about America, we do like our flags. So, for those of you who might be confused, why does he have a Japanese flag next to his name, but he's an American? It's because I currently live in Japan, even though I am American, but grew up in the US. So,
do you actually know the counties of Colorado?
I know them surrounding the cities that I lived in.
Okay.
I didn't recognize the county name, but I recognized the geography. That low mountain brush area. Oh, Salida. I did not see that. That's a very good sign. I know where Salida is. So again, me spending too much time on the small roads.
Yeah.
Costing me a bit. I will make it to the road that Patriots made it to. So
a minute later,
but US 50, a good sign. So it's a major state road that runs quite a ways through Colorado. So it was hard for me to narrow us down where exactly we were, because it goes all the way from Grand Junction and the state border, as you can see, all the way down into the other end of the state. So I knew we were in the mountainous version of that, but that was about all I got.
Which in that case should have been another sign for you to go and look for a town name, considering you're now looking at the map without actually knowing where you are.
Yep.
I'm genuinely interested. What did you think? What were you looking for on the map there?
I don't remember. I saw something. I might have been looking for. Might have also been just wasting a little bit of time looking for a marker of some kind that I could use, but I think it was more of just trying to get rid of something.
Okay.
Like just double checking to make sure I'm not over there. Like nothing pops out at me. So yes, I am where I am, kind of thing. If that makes any sense. But
yeah, Patriots just found
the city. Yep. Oh, and there's Salida. Now that I have a second look at it, on the hotel.
It's always easier to find stuff when you're looking at it afterwards.
Yeah. And Patriots will jump back to the starting point to travel south of town to find out exactly where we started. So I think part of it for me was I thought we were further west. And so when I was searching, I wasn't even looking. And then I got rid of I kind of eliminated everything west, and I was working my way east and then ran out of time. So that's kind of what happened there. But yeah, he'll get me in it by another couple hundred points here. 4,993 for Patriots. Zotomo only picking up 4,745. But yeah, he found the road. Props to him. And I just missed that city name the few chances I had to see it. But, yeah. Not much else. So I think after this round, I was pretty frustrated with myself having two locations in my backyard and not quite being able to pinpoint where I was on a map. So
yeah, you gotta just shake off that frustration though and keep on going.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like if you're somewhere where you've been before, your mind starts saying, I know where this is. And if I just see it, I'll know it. And I got to fight that urge, which is one reason I don't play America very often in Geoguessr. But anyway, we'll jump into round number 4. He's got about a 500-point lead or so, roughly, on me. Patriots sitting at 14,398. Zotomo sitting at 13,913. And this was, I believe, not a very fun round.
It doesn't look like it's very fun, no.
But I believe it's 2 dead ends. There is the Thai flag.
Yeah.
So that will help us both put us in Thailand.
Yeah, the one good thing about Thailand is that you usually do find Thai flags everywhere. Even as remote as it can be, there's still going to be Thai flags there.
Yeah. Patriots getting into a little bit of a nicer road. No, this isn't the round that has the dead ends. Maybe I'm mistaken. Too many games, too close together. But
you've actually both placed your marker almost exactly at the same spot.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? It has that feel, right? We're not southern Thailand. It's a little bit too forested and mountainous.
That's interestingly enough, that's something that I've only found out this week while playing this seed. It was this kind of very reddish soil and this kind of just general feel to it, and I just didn't know where in Thailand that would be. I think I guessed quite on the eastern part of the country. It's completely wrong, of course. And then I had 2 more locations in Thailand in my seed that both looked kind of like this. And I was just like, screw it. I don't know anything else anyway. I'm just going to go in a similar area to this one. And it was pretty all right.
Yeah, that northwest corner of Thailand is kind of its own little thing. It's easy to tell the northwest from the southeast, but beyond that, it's a little bit tricky, especially if you don't read Thai. So
I'm not even sure reading Thai would be able to help you much here.
Well, I don't know. Like, I might have just looked at like the city is only this far away or something, but
unlikely in that case, but I see your point.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been a major city name or a province name or something that would have been big enough to spot. But
yeah, usually the only thing I really know what to do in Thailand is look for these white roadblocks on the side of the road that have the road number on it.
Yeah, I did see one of those, but I couldn't read the number on it. And Patriots not finding a whole lot of information himself either. Again, neither of us have moved our markers. About 1:20 left to go. We're almost in the exact same spot right now as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing I said 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And neither of you have moved, so yep, you still are.
Yeah, I'm not really that confident in Thailand, especially if you're in a rural map, if traveling a great distance will give you a whole lot. But
I mean, it'll probably give you more than not traveling at all. But yeah, you kind of need to maybe get a bit lucky and find such a roadstone that tells you a road number. You're probably not gonna find signs with city names that you recognize being like, I don't know, 100 kilometers away.
Yeah, I guess that is the right move, is just to find a road and then guess in the region on that road. Give you a little bit of a better chance. Very nice building there for Patriots, but not a whole lot of information.
Yep,
that isn't in Thai. Yep, just more Thai. And with 1 second left, ooh, I will get him by a few points, barely. 4,606 for me on that round, but Patriots 4,572. little bit closer by only about 13 kilometers. 14. That's right.
12.
12. I went the wrong way. Oh, man. Okay. Well, yeah, math. Very nice. Yeah, so not a whole lot we missed other than traveling. Both of us didn't travel very far on that guess, which probably our biggest downfall.
Yeah, if I remember the location correctly, if you went the right way, you could have made it to a bigger road. Again, I'm not sure because when I played it, I didn't. I, of course, went the wrong way as I always do. But there might have been just more road markers on that road.
Yeah, that's about all you can really hope for. So let us jump into our last round, and the scores are closer than I would have imagined playing it. I was figuring I'd be further behind, given the fact that the Patriots scores in his first two games. Patriots in at 18,970, with me at 18,519. So definitely doable. This is the dead end where you have two roads. They have a road and both ends are dead ends.
Indonesia.
Yep. That's all I knew. There's literally nothing else you could know from any of these signs.
Actually not quite sure. You'll just continue having a bit of a look, and I'd like to quickly figure out where I guessed in that one and whether I found anything and whether it actually was two dead ends.
Patriots looking there at the best sign that we have in this location. I find both dead ends. I'm kind of curious to find out if he does.
No, it definitely wasn't dead ends in both directions. I can tell you that much.
Well, maybe I turned off onto another road that dead ended and thought it was dead end in both directions.
That's not possible. But
I guess I'm really confused at which rounds I'm playing with.
What I could
apologize for that.
What I could see happening is you getting to a dead end, then returning back to the start and walking in the same direction again. That is something I could see happening.
Being mistaken that I did.
Now there's one dead end.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else we could have seen as I move on to the map and put us on an island.
You were so close to putting us pretty much exactly in the right location there. You were hovering your mouse over it for like a good second or two, and then you moved away.
Yeah, I was like, which one of these, the main islands is it? Like, is it, the northern one or the southern one? But given I was like, I don't know. I think I do move my marker eventually, but
yeah,
I don't remember. But Patriots putting the marker down where I should have, according to Calamity, put the marker down.
Yeah, and
that southern tip of that island.
Yeah, just to tell you, that wasn't actually a dead end. You could have moved beyond that.
I wonder if I just clicked wrong or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's. I think that's just the coverage of that, like that car driving there did end there, but you can jump to a different coverage depending on where you go and where you click.
Oh, okay, that might have been it. And that looks to be what Patriots has done. He's found his way out of the maze. Oh yeah, so I do move us onto the right island, but
yeah,
I think maybe I move us off again. Less than a minute to go.
Because I did remember getting like almost a perfect score here, and so I was like, I don't think there's two dead ends.
Yeah.
I think I made it to the main road and then found a sign for I found a sign for Palembang, which is one of the bigger cities in Indonesia that you've probably already seen on the map once or twice.
Yeah. So beginning a little bit lost and confused. Does cost me about our timers are perfect. I did a good job with that. Yeah, so he is close to that Palembang city with a good location. So he should probably, I forget where I put my marker. Yeah, I'm on the other island. And I just like, yep. Oh, I'm lucky it didn't take my click too, because that would have made it even worse. Forgot about that. Patriots 4,570, with me getting 3,051. Again, just wrong islands, right country. But a little bit rough. Yeah, so actually quite a close game going into that final round. An Indonesian guess where I don't find my way out and find any useful information, kind of costing me an extra 1,500 points in the last round, making the gap look a little bit bigger than maybe it actually was as we jump into the final score. So yeah, Calamity, any other comments about that final round?
Yeah, as I just said, there wasn't really much you could have done other than, being more persistent in trying to get out of that dead end. Because there was two different roads that went off there, and you could have gone either way. But yeah, I think you just saw, okay, dead end, and then gave up on it a bit too quickly.
Yeah, maybe a bit too quickly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really always enjoy Geoguessr when it turns into a click fest and you're just like clicking, trying to find where it might jump somewhere else or something. And it's like, yeah. So also trying to work under time. It's like, okay, I can't spend this time clicking. I got to try something else and whatnot. But ultimately not proving too advantageous for me in that. I finish up with a total of 21,570 to Patriots 23,540. So yeah, a second loss for me here, and he'll pick up his second win.
Yeah.
Sorry. His second win. Yeah. So yeah, not much else to say. Hats off to you, Patriots, on that win. I should have done much better in the two locations where I was quite familiar with. I've actually been, if not on that road, very near it to two of those American guesses, and just couldn't quite pinpoint that. So a bit unfortunate, but yeah. So who are we facing next week in Kyrgyzstan, Calamity?
Patriots is going to be facing Max FI for a top of the table clash, and you're going to be playing against Lenovo Sox
for an almost bottom of the table clash.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, because there's only 8 players in Division 4B. So I'm 6th, he is 8th. So only one person between us. So I'll be hoping for a win, but definitely be interested in seeing that matchup between Max FI and Patriots. I will have to bug both of them to see if they can't record their match, because that could be a playoff decider for who gets the automatic promotion out of Division 4. So very looking forward to that. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my interesting commentary, watching myself play a match for once, and hopefully we'll be able to have Calamity's game sometime in the near future in Division 3.
Eventually we'll get one of mine.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. So please hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the content. It lets YouTube know that this is a great place to hang out and watch some Geoguessr competitively. And we'll see you all next time. Take care.
Bye.